deserve the best. A gaming app that is proudly African. And like the greatest players of the beautiful game, it is fast and powerful. It is the ultimate big game player. And with a little bit of luck, you can win. Big. Proudly African. Bet with the best.
Football Live, the preview show, powered by NairaBet, with Barry Swain.
Welcome to Football Live, the preview show. The weekend is just around the corner, so it's time to start focusing on the big match action coming this way on Football Live, on Brilla FM, and of course you can listen to our live shows this Saturday and Sunday to hear all of the action unfold and hear about all of the goals as they hit the back of the net. Football Live is powered by Hollandia, Chavita and our new betting partners NairaBet. And from this Saturday we will be on air for 4 hours each show, bringing you more action, more matches, more goals and of course lots more football right here on Brilla FM. Saturday's Football Live show starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and we will all catch the closing stages of Bournemouth against Liverpool, which is of course the return match from September's 9-0 defeat for Bournemouth at Anfield. That 9-0 defeat immediately installed Bournemouth as relegation favourites, but they've recruited wisely in January, although they'll be running into a Liverpool side at exactly the wrong time after Liverpool thrashed Manchester United in that staggering match last weekend at Anfield. Of course, it was covered by Football Live, that match between Liverpool and Manchester United, and here is how we brought you the 7th goal on Sunday's show.
It's 7 at Anfield.
It's 7 at Anfield. It's Liverpool 7, Manchester United 0. This is just incredible. The wheels have just fallen off the wagon for Manchester United, and it's Bobby Firmino, the substitute, with the goal. And again, Manchester United, they're just static now. They just want this over with. It's 7-0, Pat.
Yeah, this is a big game, big rival. Was one of them to score 7? I can't remember. Got to look at the history box. Has that ever happened before?
How has this result come about, chaps? 6 goals in the second half. That's extortion. That's unheard of. This is a complete and utter capitulation for Manchester United. Jack, give me some words to describe what's happening right here. How has this come about?
At 4-5-0, you just thought, they're having a bad day at the office. At 7, the office has just been bulldozed.
Wow. Just wow.
Jurgen Klopp, of course, was very happy with the performance and the result against their rivals.
Freak result, really top performance from the start. I thought the way we started the game was really special. It was best. For a long time we were there, we were aggressive, but we played football, we were calm in the right moments, super lively, super active. It was one of the best performances for a long time. And everybody saw how good the boys can be, so I think nobody was in doubt about Darwin's future impact. Does anybody know how when we won against Bournemouth 9-0, how the next result was? I don't know it. Oh, we won. So that's good then. But in the last second, right? It was a completely different game. Oh, anyway, a fantastic game. Our goal difference doesn't look like we won one game 9 and one game 7, to be 100% honest. So we just have to, it's not how I said, I love the performance, I love the 3 points, and the result is good as well.
You are listening to Football Live, the preview show on Brilla FM. Today's show is powered by Hollandia, Chavita and our official betting partner, NairaBet.
Saturday afternoon on Football Live, we have 5 matches covered, including all 4 of the 4 o'clock kickoffs in the afternoon. Chelsea finally discovering some form, 2 clean sheets, 2 wins in a week, and a place in the quarter-finals of the UEFA Champions League. Chelsea are away at the King Power Stadium this weekend against Leicester City on Saturday afternoon. Here is a delighted Raheem Sterling, who was amongst the goals against Borussia Dortmund on Tuesday evening.
Yeah, it was a massive performance. We had to dig deep and we took our chances. Recently we haven't had the luck, and tonight we felt as a team and we knew we could do it. And Kai done it in the end. Kai shoot penalties a lot of the times in training, and bro, I was so confident. Even though he missed the first one, he knew exactly what he was doing, and he was confident again, and we knew he was going to put it in the back of the net.
So Chelsea go to Leicester, who have lost their last 4 matches. Chelsea have lost just 1 of their last 9 visits to the King Power Stadium. Follow all of the action as it unfolds this Saturday afternoon right here on Brilla FM with Football Live. Tottenham Hotspur are in action on Saturday. Nottingham Forest visiting North London. Spurs have won their last 3 home matches but lost their last 4 away matches. Forest's away form this season in the Premier League has been quite dreadful. Just 3 league goals away from home all season. And their last away trip was to London, where they lost 4-0 at West Ham United. Leeds United won their last home match against Southampton in a big 6-point battle at the bottom 2 weeks ago. But since then, they've played 2 away games, not scored a single goal and lost twice. Goals are a problem for Javi Grazia's men. They host a Brighton and Hove Albion side pushing for a place in Europe next season. Leeds United's Jack Harrison has 5 Premier League assists this season, and he's upbeat about Leeds United's chances of survival.
Yeah, I think, at this point in the season, we've been here before in the past, and it's important just to kind of block all the noise out and just focus on yourself and the team and what you need to do to achieve success. And we know that this is not where it finishes. It's just a small part of what we need to do for the rest of the season, and we're going to be focused now on the next game and refocusing again.
Sean Dyche's Everton know that it will be home form that ultimately decides whether they are relegated to the Championship or whether they remain in the Premier League for next season. Brentford are on an amazing 12-match unbeaten run after winning 3-2 on Monday at home to neighbours Fulham in the West London derby at the GTEC Community Stadium. Another penalty scored by Ivan Toney. That's 22 penalties that he's now taken for Brentford, and he's scored every single one of those 22 penalties. He faces a lengthy ban after admitting charges of breaking betting rules. Can Ivan Toney fire Brentford to a win on Merseyside this weekend, or can Everton dig out a result and climb out of the bottom 3? It's a game that will be covered right here on Brilla FM on Football Live this Saturday afternoon. The late kick-off on Saturday is Manchester City's trip to Crystal Palace. Palace have played 10 matches in 2023 and have yet to win any of them. Pep Guardiola's side have gone 7 unbeaten, winning their last 3, suggesting momentum is very much with City. Palace have not beaten City at Selhurst since 2015. Patrick Vieira's team just 5 points above the relegation places, but Wilfried Zaha is fit again after a hamstring injury and he's back in the side. The Eagles hope that they can make the most of him in the late kick-off this Saturday. Crystal Palace against Manchester City. There's also a big match in Serie A on Saturday afternoon. 6 o'clock kick-off in the evening. Runaway leaders Napoli hosting Atalanta. It's Victor Osimhen against Ademola Lookman in the battle of the Super Eagles. Osimhen, with 19 league goals this season, was this week named best overseas athlete in Italy. Osimhen clearly has a desire to play in the Premier League one day.
The top 5 leagues in the world is amazing feeling for me and a good feat. And of course, a lot of people worldwide consider the Premier League as the best and the strongest league. But of course, I'm on a process. I'm in a phase. So now I'm in one of the best league in the world, which is the Italian Serie A. Of course, I'm working so hard to make sure that I achieve my dream in playing, of course, in the Premier League someday.
You deserve the best. A gaming app that is proudly African. And like the greatest players of the beautiful game, it is fast and powerful. It is the ultimate big game player. And with a little bit of luck, you can win. Big. Proudly African. Bet with the best.
On Sunday, 4 more big Premier League matches are covered on Football Live on Brilla FM from 3 o'clock through until 7 in the evening with Chris Baldwin, your host. Leaders Arsenal will look to maintain their lead up at the top end of the table. They face a tough trip around the North Circular to West London to take on Fulham at Craven Cottage in a London derby. Arsenal had to come back from 2-0 down last weekend to beat Bournemouth 3-2 in a thriller at the Emirates last weekend. Here is how we brought you news of that late Reece Nelson winner on Football Live last weekend.
And the comeback is complete at the Emirates! Let's go to the Emirates, and how big is that goal, Richard Bond?
Oh my word, it's an absolute massive goal for Arsenal's title hopes here. It's 3-2 here. What a comeback, what a game. Well, breathtaking stuff. Reece Nelson has scored with what must be the last kick of the game.
Fulham's Aleksandar Mitrovic hasn't scored since January the 3rd, but did give Fulham the lead when the two sides met back in September. Arsenal comeback kings that day as well, winning by 2-1. Fulham lost at West London rivals Brentford on Monday, a disappointing result for the Fulham midfielder Harrison Reed.
Yeah, for sure. We dust ourselves down. It was, like I said, it was a bad night for us, but we won't change anything. We'll prepare for Arsenal like always, go into the game full of confidence back at the Cottage and hope to put things right.
Manchester United get the chance to react to the 7-0 thumping at Anfield last Sunday. The result sent shockwaves through the world of football. The performance clearly not acceptable for the United manager Erik ten Hag.
The result is quite obvious. It's unprofessional. But I think it's a huge difference. In Brentford, we were 4-0 down at halftime, so we started the game very bad. Today, first half, I think we were the better team. And first half, we created the better chances. And we had 2 one-on-ones with the goalie. And they hadn't. And then before halftime, we make one mistake, organization, and we concede a goal. And so it was really a surprise for me that we, after halftime, so quickly gave the game away. First 2 goals, too defensive. There are many things what makes me angry, but concede so easily goals, definitely one of them. Yeah.
Plenty of criticism aimed this week at Bruno Fernandes. The United skipper came out after the final whistle at Anfield, and here is what he had to say.
No, obviously it's a difficult game to take on, because I think in the first half was a completely different team than the second half. I think we controlled the game in the first half. We had our chances. We could been more dangerous. We had a goal disallowed, but I think the team in the first half was good, but standard dropped in the second half. Not good reactions when we lost the ball from everyone, including myself. Giving too much space away to Liverpool, give too much space to counter. So we knew how good they are in a counter attack, how threat they are. So I think basically was that.
So it's Manchester United against struggling Southampton at Old Trafford on Sunday afternoon. That game kicks off at 3 o'clock, and of course we will be right across it here on Brilla FM and Football Live. West Ham United won 4-0 at home to Nottingham Forest. Then they undone all the good work by losing 7 days later by the same scoreline away at Brighton. The inconsistent Hammers still very much part of the fight for survival. They have stuck with David Moyes this season, who will know that a win at home to Aston Villa this Sunday is essential, although the Europa Conference could prove a distraction, with West Ham returning to European competition action on Thursday evening, which is why this game has been shifted to Sunday. West Ham midfielder Declan Rice not happy with his team's performance against Brighton last week and was quick to apologise to the West Ham United fans.
I think we was just beaten by the better team. Credit to Brighton, absolutely played us off the pitch, made life very difficult for us. And to be fair, that wasn't a performance that was acceptable at all. I know it's cliche to stand here and talk to you and say it's not good enough, but days like today you have to apologise to the fans, because we've let them down today, we've let the club down. You know, me as a player, as you can see, I'm hurting. The lads are hurting. You know, we thought we'd turned the corner in recent weeks, and then today to have this result is a real setback.
Aston Villa have won their last 2 and have scored in each of their last 11 games, suggesting that they are not missing Danny Ings in attack. He moved from Villa to West Ham in January. Here is Danny Ings, now of West Ham, on what he thinks is expected of him after arriving at the London Stadium.
You know, I've come here to try and score as many goals as I can, to help in the best way that I can, and hopefully I bring something different. I think because of my experience in this league, I'm hoping that, you know, off the pitch I can help as much as I can. I know there's quite a lot of lads here from all around the world, so hopefully I can, you know, share my experiences and try and help the team as much as I can. And, you know, on the pitch, and as you said, you know, the main attribute that I have is to score goals, but not only that, but to link up the play, to, you know, to set off the press and do everything I can for the team.
Newcastle United have dropped out of the top 4, the poorest run of form this season for Newcastle, coinciding with a vast improvement for Wolverhampton Wanderers under Julen Lopetegui. The two sides meet at St James's Park in the late kick-off on Sunday. Wolves up to 13th after their win at home to Tottenham Hotspur last weekend. Newcastle have lost each of their last 3 matches by 2-0 and have 5 matches without a win. Maybe a draw is a sensible bet, given that 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two sides have ended in a 1-1 draw. I'll be back on the other side of the weekend for a brand new show, the Football Live wrap-up show. That's out early next week on Brilla FM, looking back at the weekend's action in great depth. Football Live is live on Brilla FM from 3 o'clock until 7 o'clock this Saturday with Josh Bailey, and on Sunday 3 until 7 with Chris Baldwin. Every goal, every talking point in the Premier League and the major leagues around Europe, including that big Napoli against Atalanta clash. Football Live is the place to be this weekend, right here on Brilla FM.
You deserve the best. A gaming app that is proudly African. And like the greatest players of the beautiful game, it is fast and powerful. It is the ultimate big game player. And with a little bit of luck, you can win. Big. Proudly African. Bet with the best.